Hello everyone and welcome to Cooking with Culture, where we look to take some time to learn about some cultural dishes made by Saskatchewan chefs, but with a twist. Instead of being given the recipes and the ingredients, I will just be given the ingredients and have to try and puzzle the dish out on my own, while we let the chef who actually made the recipe react and critique some of my decisions and choices. And so, with no further ado, let's learn how to cook a quesabirria.
My name is Sergio Reyna, and we are at Agave Authentic Mexican Grill in Regina. I grew up in Mexico City. I used to go every single day with my mom, walk to the market, and then I would actually help her to cook. I love cooking, and then eventually I went to culinary school in Toronto. This dish is traditional from the state of Jalisco. They have it everywhere, and that the traditional birria is just like a soup, like a stew. But now this was turned into a quesabirria, so quesadilla with birria. You know, it's such a wonderful thing. You put two things together that are good and you get something better.
Anytime I see something like this that involves the meat, the first thing that I'm gonna do is drizzle a little bit of the salt on. A little more pepper doesn't hurt nobody.
You really like pepper, don't you?
Usually when you do a steak, you can't stand it up like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, but
yeah, that looks good, nice and brown.
I like that with the short ribs, you've got that as an option. This is gonna be fun. Although I've never cut into a pepper, so I don't really know how to go about this. I'm thinking maybe, you know, going jack-o'-lantern style and kind of cutting it from the top, because I'm assuming something's gonna be connected to that.
Yeah, that's not quite how we do it, but it worked. We roast the onion on the grill and the pepper, so you get that char flavor.
Now we're going to make the soup, which includes a lot of different spices and ingredients. I've always just used ground cinnamon, so it's really cool to see it in its stick form. Smells fantastic. I think I'm just gonna throw the stick in like the bay leaf.
Yeah, it was the right choice, and you know, the bigger the better, because after you finish your dish, you wanna just take that out, because you just wanna take all the essence of the flavor.
Now that we've got our soup that's been nice and heated, I'm gonna go ahead and take it now and pour it over our beef and vegetables into our baking dish here. I think I'm gonna split the difference between 350 and 400 and go 375. And for the duration, I'm gonna check it probably after an hour.
We usually like to cook like slow, like, you know, at 375 for an hour. I mean, we'll see what comes, but you need to cook it way longer. I personally like to cook it like at 250 for 8 hours.
These were given to us straight from Sergio. He recommended that I would probably have a hard time finding them. I feel like there shouldn't be seeds in them. So maybe I start by cutting them open and trying to get some of those seeds out.
Oh no.
Can I phone a friend?
Please don't take the seeds off.
I'm gonna throw them in the pan for a bit. I'm hearing some sizzling. I had no clue if what I was doing was successful. I have no idea if it was right, but look at this gaffer.
I roast them without oil. So you use the same pan where there's flavors, but as soon as you add oil, it kind of like, that's what the morita popped.
All right, now it's time to assemble the salsa. So we're gonna throw a bunch of different stuff here in the bowl. And overall, I do think it's starting to look like a salsa.
The birria salsa, you have to blend it so that it emulsifies. And then the seeds, again, you leave the seeds in. You emulsify everything in the blender, and it becomes like a paste, so that you can actually brush your tortilla. But this way here, without blending it, it's just gonna get your tortilla all wet, and there's not gonna be all that flavor together, right?
Now that steam to me tells that we're doing an all right job. Smells fantastic. Lots of steam, which is a good sign. The moment of truth. Oh yeah, I'd say that's done. Nice and juicy.
The meat is supposed to be pulled, like pulled pork, and this one was not cooked long enough. The idea is that when you pull it out of the oven, and then you just pull it with two forks, and it just falls apart. So this is gonna taste good, but that's not what you were looking for.
I'm gonna start off by grabbing one of the white tortillas, the flour tortillas, and I think I'm gonna go with layering the sauce on first underneath the cheese, I think. I'm gonna make sure there's a nice thick layer on this bad boy.
So after you brush your tortilla, you want the side that is brushed, you want that to go facing the hot pan. because with the heat and the oil and all the flavors, they start to caramelize, and then they get a little bit toasty, so that's how you get like more flavor out of it. And also for looks, that's the part that goes on the outside of the quesadilla, and it not only tastes really good, but it also looks good. See, I just ate and I'm hungry again. That looks good.
Nice crunch. Look at that. Hit it with a little bit of soup. I don't know if it's the proper meal. I don't know if I did everything 100% right, but that's pretty dang delicious. And I gotta try this just to make sure, because I love Dunkin' grilled cheese.
Exactly. Overall, it was good. It looks tasty. You had all the flavors there, made it a little different, but it looks good. I will give it like an 8.
Thank you everybody for watching, and that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my quesabirria here.